Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Dwayne Roberts here with Modern Digital Agent, and we have a new method to be able to get buyer and seller leads that has absolutely nothing to do with groups. Let me show you how this works. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to place ads on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist advertising a particular property. Okay, so we're only going to give very vague information, but here's the kicker. Okay, in order for the person to get information about this, they're going to have to call a hotline number and enter a code, or enter a code to a phone number. So in other words, they can text for information or they can call for information. Now, what's cool about that is when they do that, it's going to trigger a campaign inside of LeadHawk. Now, if you don't have LeadHawk, you can still do this. All you've got to do is enter your phone number for the text for information and assign a random code like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when someone texts you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know which property they're inquiring about, and then you can manually send them the link to ManyChat. But if you have this set up in LeadHawk, it's going to do it for you 100% on complete autopilot. All right. So also, we post these ads also on Craigslist. Now, believe it or not, we're getting actually really good results on Craigslist. So the same type of ad we're going to post on Craigslist, and we're going to post on Facebook Marketplace, and they're going to call for information or they're going to text for information. So I'm going to show you now what happens when they actually do that. So when someone calls for information or texts for information, it's going to start this sequence because you're either going to manually send them the link or LeadHawk will do it for you automatically. So let's pretend that this is the link that gets sent out. So they get a picture of the house that says, hey, thank you for inquiring about 123 Main Street. Click here for more information about the house. So they're going to click there, and this is what the end user is going to see. And you guys are going to absolutely love this. So it's going to pop up a picture of the house along with some options that they can actually choose. So it says, hey, thanks for requesting information about the property. This is what it's priced at. What would you like to do? The options are to see more pictures, call the agent, find another home. So let's say they wanted to see more pictures. So they click on see more pictures, and then it's going to pull up more images of the house. And their options are to call you or find another home. So let's say they want to find another home. So now it's going to ask a question. It's going to say, hey, are you a first-time home buyer or I own now? Now, the reason we do this is so we can actually tag them in the system so we know who's a first-time home buyer and who may have a home that they need to sell first. So we're going to click on I own a now. And the next thing is going to ask, what's got your wheel spinning? So we're trying to determine motivation here. They need a bigger house, they're downsizing, they're relocating, or they're exploring options, right? So let's say they chose, I need a bigger house. Now, bear in mind, every time they click something, it's getting registered in ManyChat so you know who to focus your energy on. So now they're going to say, let's find my home. Now, once they've done that, it's going to take them through the normal sequence that you're familiar with one exception. It says, hey, before we begin, would you like to know how much your current house will sell for? If they say yes, it's going to tag it in the system to let you know to do a CMA. They click find my home here, then it's going to take them through the normal sequence that you guys are familiar with up until this point. Now, I want to back up a little bit. And let's say someone said that they're a first-time home buyer. The sequence is going to look completely different. So I'm going to go to another video real quick and show you what happens if they said that they were a first-time home buyer. Before I go through the sequence again, I have to delete myself, but I wanted to show you here how this thing's being tagged out. So it says that, a CMA requested. We know their motivation. We know that they already own a house and what sequence they went through. So I'm going to just delete myself as a subscriber here real quick so I can go back through it and then show you what happens if someone says that they are a first-time home buyer. All right, find another home. First-time buyer. How soon? So this is going to determine motivation. Now this is going to be a little different than before. So now we're asking, what are you paying in rent? If they choose below $1,000, then we pretty much know that they're probably not our candidate. So this is a pre-screening question, so we know what they're paying in rent right now. That way you're not getting a bunch of people that you're trying to follow up with that are paying $500 a month in rent. Look at this. You must have a minimum 580 credit score to qualify. Do you have a 5 credit score now? So this is going to weed some people out. So let's say they said, nope, I don't have a 580 right now. It's going to tag it in the system to let you know, so you're not focused too much energy there. If they said yes, then it will tag it to let you know that as well. So it's going to continue to go through the process. Now, have you been pre-approved by a loan officer? Let's say they said, no, I actually haven't been pre-approved. I need to do that. Then it's going to say, let's take care of that. It's important that I know how much home you can qualify for, so Dwayne doesn't send you homes out of your price range that you fall in love with. If they click this button right here that says, okay, let's do it, then that's going to put a tag in the system that can then alert your loan officer to do a pre-qual. Okay? So the last option is for them to schedule a time to call you, or they can actually call you now. So if they click this button, it calls you now by opening their cell phone and then starts dialing, or they can just schedule a time. So we give another option there. Now, let me go back and show you my lead as it came in so you can see the appropriate tags. Let me hit refresh. So now you see it says LO requested. And we can use that tag to notify someone via their cell phone or messenger that they have someone that need to pre-qual. You get the time frame, and it's also sending them to an evergreen appointment push. So every 7 days for life until they opt out, it's going to invite them to schedule a call with you or to call you right then and right there. So the customized fields are also going to show you if they have a current 580 credit score or not.